Hi everyone, this is Moto Renaissance. If you've never been to the track, this video is for you. Take Riders Development School with FastrackRiders, and this is at AUTOCLUB Speedway. It's a really fast track, and there's a lot of goodies inside the video, and you'll find out how to do a track day. So stay tuned and like and subscribe. Thanks. Okay, so here I am in the crack of dawn, driving to AUTOCLUB Speedway. It's the first time I've been here, and I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen because it's supposed to be a really fast track. So as I'm starting this channel, I want to let you guys know that the reason why I'm doing this is because as I fell in love with the sport, I started investing a lot of money and time towards it. And even though there's a lot of cool YouTube channels and a lot of stuff about how to upgrade your bikes and all that, there wasn't really a step-by-step, or there wasn't really a description of like how all these things, all the experiences that you get to see when you're actually doing this from the beginning. And I'm still at the beginning. This is probably my 6th track day. So, and even as I go to this AUTOCLUB Speedway, I signed up for Riders Development School because I'm still learning. I'm right at the beginning, and I wanted to share that experience of what it's like to learn and get better, and how all those incremental experiences or improvements all add up and can possibly change you into a different rider. I don't know yet because I'm going through it myself. So yeah, welcome to the journey, and I'm looking forward to this specific track because it's only like 15 minutes away from where I live. Everywhere else I had to drive is at least an hour and 30 or maybe even 2 hours. So I'm really looking forward to that. I have 3 main goals today. One is to get used to the track. The second is actually trying to see how fast I can go. It's supposed to be a really fast track, and I've only gone so fast on the freeway because, you know, there's speed limits and all. And the third is really working on my line selection. I'm still confused about that, and even though I know it in theory and I watch videos like MotoJitsu or, you know, line selection videos and read up on it, I think it's different when you look from top down and when you actually have to select it when you're at the track. So I'm looking to improve on those 3 areas. Okay, so here we are, a few more exits and we're already at the track. It's like a coliseum. I've never been to a big racetrack before like this. Before you enter the track, you sell your soul to the devil. No, you just sign some waivers. I entered the gate, and as you can see, there's a lot of garages at this track, which is super nice when it gets hot, and it has outlets and everything. It's first come, first serve, so you better show up early in the morning. I guess I'll just park anywhere. Pan's a little dirty. I went to ACH yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna go get it teched and see if it's safe enough for me to ride this bike on the track today. They don't give refunds, which is kind of shitty, but so I passed tech, which is good. This is what happens. They go over your bike. and make sure it's safe to ride. I'm gonna see if these guys can help me with my tire pressure. I'm taking out air so I have more grip on the track. If you do a little business with the tire guys, they'll help you out with the tire pressures. Or sometimes the suspension guys will help you out as well. These guys are always at the track. So, hey, new bike. So this is super important. As you noticed, I have a friend here, and he has all his stuff here, and that's why I was able to ride to the track. I used to approach it with ride to the track, you know, have no excuses sort of mentality, but I totally changed my mind. I do feel like you should either tow your bike to the track, or you should have a friend who has supplies that you either compensated him for, or you run the risk of being in a very dangerous position. What if you crash? How are you going to get home? I personally had AAA, so I wasn't that worried about it. Are you going right now? But at the time of recording this video, I've witnessed so many crashes already and I've also helped out people that have crashed so many times that I've begun to change my mind, and I do feel like being prepped for the track by having a trailer or having some buddies to go with is super important. That said, I believe that the experience on the track is so important for every rider that in the future I have a video coming up where if you don't have a trailer, you can just ride to the track and you should be pretty covered. Spoilers, it's about California Superbike School. After you set up as a Riders Development School student, you go out on the track before anybody.
Have any of you broken 90 miles an hour on the public streets? Yeah. Who hasn't?
Hey, that's illegal.
No, I'm not a cop. Who hasn't?
Yeah.
Everybody's gone faster than 90, so you're comfortable with that? Okay, good.
100?
How many of you can see your speedometers? Yeah? We're going to be taping those off today. Okay? You don't need that. You need to work on riding, so...
Okay, let's see what this track looks like. So the cool thing is we're already out here on the track getting used to it. The rest of the riders are in the riders meeting learning all the rules for the day. We're gonna do it, we're gonna learn all the rules, but we're gonna do it after getting warmed up and learning the race lines. I usually like to be right behind the instructor because as you can see, everyone's lines start getting messy the further you are away from the instructor. Yeah, but this is what the AUTOCLUB Speedway looks like. It's carved inside a NASCAR racetrack, so you see a lot of wide open space. Here you see a lot of technical corners, but you have these long straights where you can go super fast if you feel confident enough to. And again, here's some technical corners, and when you get good enough, you can like carve through this corner and go all the way through the wall here. This wall is pretty scary. So then you join the rest of the group, and the instructors basically assess your skills. Everyone will get a chance to follow the instructor closely, but if you can and you're new, try to be a little greedy and follow the instructor. Try to be in a place in line where you can be directly behind the instructor. Otherwise, you can't follow the lines well, and stuff like this happens. No offense to the rider in front of me. Whoa! At this point, I'm so far away from the instructor that I have no idea what the lines are. It's okay to be a slower rider, and no pressure if you are one. You'll always be a slower rider to someone else, and that's why you come to the track, and there's a reason why there are 3 different levels. And you'll get your chance anyway. So here am I following the instructor through some corners, learning some lines. A lot of schools do this, but you can see that he keeps his brake lights on so that you can know the braking zones. And after a while, when he's pleased with the lines that he's shown you, he'll let you go on ahead and assess you. And then it's time to show off. No, actually, if you look over here at this point of recording the video, I have a really hard time passing. I'm scared to scare the other rider, and I'm not sure, especially in this level where you're not to pass on the inside, I'm not sure where there's a good moment to pass. Even on the straight here, I'm on the R6, and it's no excuse, but if you look over here, I give up overtaking her because I'm scared that I won't have enough distance. In the future, I have enough confidence in myself to overtake this sort of a pass, but yeah, the rider in front is doing her own ride. She has great body positions, and yeah, it took me a while. I kind of waited until the long straight in order to overtake some of these riders. Man, look at that body position. I remember the instructor was being very impressed. I should have been pinning the throttle since here. Like, I should have set up for it. I just didn't know better, and it's also my first time at this track, and I was scared. It looks fast, and my adrenaline was pumping, and my heart was pumping, but I should really be pinning the throttle all the way through here and be on the more right so I can enter this corner better. But it's just scary because, you know, you're scared to hit the wall. It's a real psychological barrier. And this sweep into the left is also very scary. It took me a while to maintain a lot of the speed I was carrying. If you see the A group riders, they're just like sweeping through this, and you should be maintaining a lot of your speed through here. So after each session, you come back to the classroom and go over different concepts like body positioning, counter steering, and they go over the exercises such as like using no brakes throughout the whole session. And they go over each corner one by one and show you how to tackle it. One thing my instructor told me, and he used to race, was that I shouldn't squeeze the tank with my knees. He says that makes the bike unstable. Instead, he suggested that I rest my inner thigh on the tank and use it as a brace, and just leave it there until I'm ready to switch directions, and then I can use the other thigh. This is surprising to me because there's a lot of instructors that say squeeze the tank with your knees. Again, when you start taking a lot of classes, there are some discrepancies. So one cool thing that they do is that as they follow you, they have a GoPro camera on their BMW S1000 RRs, and they record you so you can kind of match their critique with the video. One issue that I am having, I look pretty badass here, but like one issue that I do notice in myself is that sometimes there are multiple inputs. I am turning in and then straightening back up and then turning back in, and I don't think that's the best way to go into a corner. This guy on the very right, that guy is fast. I think he's one of the faster riders in our group. So you get to see the instructor chase you around, and then you can kind of assess yourself and see where you're lacking. So for example here, let's see, I was behind this guy, but look, see how like it kind of wobbled a little bit. You can watch little stuff like that. I guess I'm not doing too bad for this, and I look pretty badass with that shirt, you know, just flying in the wind like a superhero. But let's see. Yeah, I do notice the better riders did take a wider line here. Could probably go in a little faster, way faster throughout these corners. You do have to slow down a little bit here and do a little bit of a delayed apex so you can shoot straight in this very fast straightaway right here. Yeah, I'm going way too slow. I think at this point my brakes were kind of too soft, and I was not with a combination of just me being here at the first time, I didn't know how to pin the throttle all the way, and also just my brakes felt really soft. So you see me go wide a couple times later and actually left the track, but I do see what the instructor's saying here. Like, I should probably set up my body positions before I go into the corner. So that's why it's good to really have this sort of a video in order to review what you're doing. Again, one other better thing I can do is be way more on the right, just as the instructor is, so you can just like sweep into this corner. A big critique my instructor had for me was that I was braking way too late, which was surprising because I learned from Yamaha Champion School that you should use more of the brakes. It just seems like a case of where I learned something and I was mis-executing it. My instructor said I was trying to do too much. I was trying to brake, I was trying to body position, I was trying to turn in all at the same time before the corners, so I didn't have the confidence and I was wobbling all over the place. Then the instructors let you go. And you just kind of free ride like the rest of the group. You keep your t-shirts on so people know that you're working on stuff. But a big problem I was having throughout the day was that I was losing confidence in my brakes. They were feeling really soft. And it was a combination of it being street brakes and also, it was also technique. As you can see, when you're lacking confidence, you end up going wide like that. And I just target fixated and just gave up on the corner. And that's really bad. And the other thing is, like, I realized that I was still holding on to the throttle while I was braking. So in order to fix that problem, I went to MotosportExotica, and for a few dollars, they were pretty nice to me, and they were able to angle the levers down, so I'd be forced to let go of the throttle before I get on the brakes. And by the end of the day, thanks to all the instruction and all the tuning done by MotosportExotica, I was able to just have a really good run like this. And I'm going to leave this on for a couple minutes before the final speed run, just to have you guys be able to experience the pure joy of riding. Another cool thing about FastrackRiders is that they give you the sticker that allows you to look on their website. It's pretty much their lap timer, and you can see that I was in the middle of the pack, and throughout the day my laps were getting more and more consistent, and it was reaching around 204s, 205s, except that crazy 47-minute one. I don't know what happened there. As you can see, as my confidence grew, I was able to be better at passing people. Not that that's an indicator of good riding, but on an R6, I gotta say I'm pretty proud of this achievement. And here it is, my top attempts at achieving top speed. What was my max speed today? As a heavy motorcycle rider on a 600cc R6. There it is, 131. Honestly, I thought I was going to do a lot higher than this, but when I got on the track, I realized how scary it is to get to that speed and then sweep into that corner you just saw there. So, but a month later, I came back here with the V4R and I completely shattered that record. So stay tuned for that. That video will be coming up soon. But if you want to know what the V4R rides like on the canyons, please click on this video. See you later.